Once again, welcome. It's always a pleasure, and it's always nice to conduct these meetings when the room is full, especially full of young people. Thank y'all for being here. If the clerk will please note that all of our members are present, and the only committee report we have this evening is the executive committee met upstairs at 4 o'clock to review our agenda items. I don't believe there are any other committee reports at this time. Council, you have the minutes of the previous meeting before you. If there are no additions or corrections to those minutes, a motion to approve is in order. So moved. By Mr. Meeks, seconded by? Second. Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. Thank you. All right. First item on our agenda this evening is Resolution 2020-50, a bid award for a stage system. And Ms. Sanders, if you would please come forward and give us a brief description. I believe this is to replace an old staging system that the city has that's in dire need of repair and replacement. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. This stage system is within the grounds department approved budget. It consists of 24 fixed platform stage sections, 1 stage riser steps, and 44 guardrails. The recommendation is that this bid be awarded to the low bidder, School Outfitters, for $19,878.21.
All right, Council, you've heard a description of the resolution. Mayor, I'm sure this comes with your approval.
It does.
Thank you, sir. Any questions, comments from the council regarding the resolution? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Ms. Baker, seconded by?
Second.
Mr. Jones. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Sanders. Next item on our agenda is Resolution 2020-51, a bid award for Police Department truck. Chief, thank you.
This bid is from Bill Jackson Ford to replace a 2013 Ford Taurus that was totaled out in a motor vehicle accident on December the 5th. This is for one 2020 Ford pickup truck. This is the only bid that we received. It's for $31,296.28.
All right, Mayor, I assume this comes with your approval as well?
It does.
Thank you, sir. Council, any questions or comments to the chief or the mayor regarding the bid for the pickup truck? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Mr. Jones, seconded by?
Second.
Mr. Meeks. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you, Chief. I will add this. We do have some insurance money that will be coming in to replace some of this money that we're buying this truck with. Is that correct?
That's my understanding, yes, sir.
Thanks, sir. All right. The next item, Resolution 2020-52, an agreement, plumbing technician training with Lawson State Community College. Mr. Chandler.
Yes, sir. We have looked for some time to try to find some additional both hands-on and technical training for our employees in our water department that install and make all of our water and sewer line repairs. There's not much available out there, so we started to reach out to some community colleges who teach plumbing certification and plumbing training. And so we came up with this agreement with Lawson State at their Bessemer campus. They teach plumbing certification classes that cover all different sorts of hands-on training, along with covering plumbing codes and regulations. This is something that's new to them and new to us, but they're excited about the possibilities of partnering with us to send one of their instructors down here to train our employees. It's up to 32 hours of training. The way we've tentatively got it set up now is to spend a couple of Fridays doing that, as opposed to doing it days back to back, so we don't shut down everybody and shut down our crews to do this training. Their instructors are certified and are plumbing folks, and the money is in our Water Department training budget to do this, but this is something we've looked for a while, and, you know, if this works out, then down the road, maybe this is something we could do with them, maybe on a periodic or an ongoing basis, but this is something we're excited about partnering with them to get them to come in and help us do some training for some of our guys down there.
All right, council, you've heard an explanation of the resolution, and Mayor, I assume this comes with your approval as well?
Yes, it does.
Thank you, sir. Council, any questions, comments regarding the resolution and the agreement for Mr. Chandler?
I don't have any questions. I just want to reiterate what I said upstairs, and I applaud you for getting, looking out for their professional development. I think that's a great idea, that we should do it all departments.
Thank you. This one was something that was hard to find, and we've worked on for a while, and they seem to be good folks, and were very eager and willing to talk to us and try to set up something and do whatever they could do to make it be reasonable for us, and to send their instructors down here and make it as easy as possible to set up, so we didn't have to send everybody up there to their campus and have all that hassle and send their folks down here. So they've been great to work with us so far, so we're excited about the opportunity.
Thank you. Well said, Ms. Moultrie. Any other questions or comments? If not, by Ms. Moultrie, seconded by
Second.
Ms. Baker. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you, Mr. Chandler. Thank you, council.
You got one.
The what?
You did.
Yeah. The next two items are ordinances, and these will constitute first readings. The first ordinance that we will take the first reading on this evening is ordinance 414, which is amending chapter 14, offenses and miscellaneous provisions in the code, the ordinances of the city of Troy. Mr. Chandler.
Yes, sir. This is something that we became aware of recently, that we needed, that the general operations of drones or unmanned aerial systems, as they term them, is regulated by the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA. Whether there are some limitations on people who buy one for personal use, much more restrictions and limitations for people who use it for commercial or business purposes. However, even those regulations date back to 2015 and have not kept up with technology. They're very general in nature. They generally require you to register your drone, depending on if you're a commercial operator, and you have to have a test and have certain knowledge. But generally they say you can't fly over people or at night or out of line of sight or above a certain altitude. Other than that, they leave the designation of saying that you can't fly over city properties or the police department investigating an accident or a house fire or utility crews performing work where a drone might be a distraction or be a danger if it were to crash or get too close to people. They leave all that up to state and local governments to make those determinations and say, these are unsafe acts or these areas on city property you can't fly over without permission. So essentially that's what this ordinance does, is it designates areas within the city, electrical substations, wells, water tanks, areas where first responders are responding or utility department is responding to outages as areas where people cannot fly a drone, and if they want permission to fly in these areas, then they have to go through the mayor or the chief of police if they want to fly or do something in these areas. They also comply with the current FAA regulations. They may change at some point down the road and probably will, but at this point, no one knows when that is or how long that'll be. So this will give us something in place to say that, for instance, people can't just fly a drone over an electric substation because they want to take a picture and see what it looks like and have the danger of it crashing and causing a power outage. Or if the fire department's fighting a fire that, somebody down the street wants to fly over it and see what it looks like and it distracts the firefighters or interferes with what they're doing. So that's kind of the purpose behind this is to keep people safe and make them aware that there are some areas, that you need to be responsible about what you're doing if you do have a drone, because lots of people have them nowadays, adults and children, and you can buy them at Walmart and lots of other places. But it's not as simple as just going and buying one and flying it. There can be more involved in that. And the static areas, the substations, the water tanks, things of that nature that are permanent structures where that are referenced in this ordinance, we will be putting up signs so it will be obvious to someone when they get close that those are areas that drones are not permitted to fly.
All right, council, you've heard a brief description of the ordinance, and that will constitute a first reading. And this ordinance will be on our agenda for the February 25th meeting for possible action. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
The next item is also an ordinance this will constitute a first reading for as well. This is ordinance 415, amending Article 5 of Chapter 5 of the Code of Ordinances for the City of Troy in relation to flood damage prevention. Ms. Sanders, welcome back.
In January, the State National Flood Insurance Program Planner sent out a notice to all participating communities of the requirement to update their flood damage prevention ordinance to the newest model of the state model flood damage prevention ordinance by March 6. This is because FEMA required additional definitions and language within various articles and sections, as well as the state also included some additional provisions. Our participation and compliance with this program allows property owners within the city to purchase flood insurance. Our last update of the ordinance was in 2011. This proposed ordinance keeps us in compliance with FEMA, the National Flood Insurance Program, and the state. This proposed ordinance is a collaboration of the state's model ordinance using our standards and our current ordinance. We have received approval of this draft ordinance from the state and FIP planner, as well as the city attorney has reviewed this ordinance.
All right, questions or comments for Ms. Sanders regarding the ordinance? If not, this will constitute the first reading. Thank you, and it will be on our February 25th agenda for possible action. Thank you. All right, council, that concludes our regular business this afternoon. And Mayor, we do not have any appointments this evening, so therefore we welcome your report and comments.
Just briefly, very grateful to everyone with the city, the university, and the community that were involved in the leadership conference. Appreciate that it went well, and appreciate the attendance, and appreciate the hard work of all those who worked hard to plan and pull that off. Appreciate y'all being there today as the Pike County Junior Ambassadors had their local government day and traveled around the community. And we, of course, got to have lunch with them, so that was nice, and appreciate the Chamber for promoting that program and the young people for being involved in that. We will have our annual Mayor for a Day meeting next council meeting, which is February the 25th. Always a lot of fun. That's when our 7th graders come and serve as council members, clerk, and mayor for a day. So excited about that. And I would just close by sending my additional condolences to the Brown family. Weston Brown, a young man from this community, lost his life last week, and all of his folks are first responders. His uncle was the last combat veteran to lose his life in Iraq. That was a Pike County, and a family that's full of public servants, and just a very sad thing. And it's been a very devastating thing for the community, and we continue to pray for all of them as they grieve Weston's loss. Unless you have any questions, that's all I have.
Questions or comments for the mayor? Hearing none, Mr. Jones?
Thank you, sir, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to just say welcome to all our visitors out there, to all of them out there. That's Troy students? Okay, all right. Good. Welcome, Troy students. We welcome you to our council meeting. I want you to feel free to come and join us anytime you feel like. And our thoughts and prayers do go out to all those families who lost loved ones. That know that God knows best.
Mr. Meeks?
Yes, thank you. I just want to remind everybody in District 2, that this is our cleanup month. We have to February 28th to get rid of everything that you want to get rid of. Thank you.
Everything?
Everything.
All right, Greg, isn't it leap year? Don't you have one more
That's
day?
right, 29.
29 days. That's right.
Don't include people with pets.
People of District 2 have to complain that we don't short in with 28 days. So we get that.
Yeah.
Ms. Baker?
Our council chambers are extra beautiful tonight, so it's good to see all of you here. Thank you for being here. I think I saw Catherine Jordan earlier. Congratulations to you, your staff, your board, and volunteers for another great, successful, there you are, Mardi Gras. I know that that is your largest fundraiser of the year, and those funds go to programming for our seniors, citizens in our community. So it's a lot of work. But thank you, and I know that you had support from other city departments, so I'd like to thank them for their work as well. That's all I have.
Ms. Moultrie?
Tell me a little different. I'm enjoying seeing y'all faces, but I want to be able to ask you to stand and tell us your name. Y'all might as well get used to this kind of stuff. So let's start over here, and let's just go around.
Well, will you tell us where you're from also?
Tell us where I'm from, yes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Be a leader.
Be the leader.
Please.
Stand, please.
Hello everyone, I'm Kimberly Brown, and I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. Hi, I'm Imani, I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. Hi, how y'all doing? My name is Alicia Rice, and I'm from Huntsville also.
Pencils in the
My name is
house.
Alexis Mallory, I'm from Shelby County, Alabama. Hello, I'm Bessie Davenport, I'm from Tuscaloosa. Hi, my name is Shelby Davenport, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Janelle Ruffalo from Mobile, Alabama. I'm Taylor Strawberry from Montgomery, Alabama. I'm Lyrica Wright. I'm from McKinney, Texas. I'm Alexis Log. I'm from Andalusia, Alabama.
Hi, I'm Anaya Stewart. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. Hi, my name is Giovanni Fuller. I'm from Huntsville, Alabama.
Hi, my name is Simon McBride. I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. Hi, my name is Yasmin Hanson. I'm from Long Island, New York.
Oh, she got you, Texas.
I'm Taylor Hudley. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. Well, I do want to add that we are Troy students, so we are a part of the Missy Elite Society at Troy University. It's an all-girls community service organization. But my name is Priscilla Sutton, and I'm from Dallas, Alabama.
Hi, I'm Crystal Hill, and I'm from Birmingham, Alabama.
I'm Ashley Harris, and I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I'm Tanya Thomas, and I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I'm Samantha Osei, I'm from Tampa, Florida. I'm Chris Carl, I'm from West Alabama. I'm Daishion Jordan from Greenville, Alabama. Hi, I'm Mariah Wilson from Salem, Alabama.
My name is Jasmine, and I'm from Phoenix City. Hey, I'm Maya. I'm from Phoenix City. I'm Octavia Johnson. I'm from Monroe, Alabama.
I'm Kimberly Stewart, I'm from Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay, guys, come on in. Come on in. I'm not gonna leave y'all out. Come on. Come on in. Come on.
Behind the column.
Hang around the corners. I see you.
Hey, I'm Kiara Wallace, and I'm from Troy, Alabama. Hi, my name is Lauren Adams, and I'm from Madison, Alabama. I'm Angelica Lewis, I'm from Channel 6 Work. Hi, I'm Louise Jess, I'm from New Springs, Alabama.
Hi, I'm Amy Golden. I'm from Phoenix City, Alabama. I'm Deja. I'm from Lincoln, Alabama.
I'm Denaya, and I'm from Huntsville, Alabama.
Well, you know what? That wasn't bad, was it? That was great. You all introduced yourselves, and we have a variety of people from different places, and that's wonderful that you all chose Troy to come. So thank you. Not that I just like meeting people, and y'all young faces is something that we enjoy seeing when it's good. But we like seeing a lot of people here when it's on a positive note. And then we entertain things that are not on a positive note, but it's great. It's all is on a positive note. So thank you for, having them here, and, that's all I have to say.
Well, I agree with Mr. Meeks. Whoever our recruiter is in Huntsville, Alabama is doing doing a heck of a job.
I think it's worth mentioning that most of these ladies are from places that have local colleges or of some sort or another, which I think is fantastic that you're here, Troy. And I have heard of the Miss Elite Society. I know that you've done some work at Charles Henderson with the Life Group, but you guys, you girls, you ladies do a lot of community service. So thank you for that, for investing here. Yes.
And y'all please let Miss Dana Wilson know that we appreciate all that y'all do.
Once again, welcome to all of you, and glad you're here. And the second and fourth Tuesdays of every month, we're right here, and we would love for the room to be full of beautiful smiling faces. So thank y'all for being here. I too want to commend Catherine and her staff and all of our city employees who put together the College Senior Complex Mardi Gras Ball. And Catherine, y'all continue to make that event bigger and better and more productive, and you are to be commended for all of your work at the College Senior Complex. It's a worthwhile deal, and some of us aren't old enough to go yet, but we're real close. So thank you. Yeah, Robert says he's in.
If I could just 1 second say.
Floor is yours.
Okay. To all my team members who are in the, out in the hallway, I want to say thanks to them for allowing me to lean on their shoulders and to help out. We are a team here at the city, and we all work together to achieve all the things that we do. And I just want to say thanks to Mayor and the council for all your support, and as we continue to grow, we will have a city that will be turning 101 years old on March the 2nd, and you all will hear about our celebration for her.
Great. That sounds great. Thank you. And as well, February the 25th, our next meeting, Mayor for a Day. Mayor, thank you for bringing that up. I too want to send condolences to the Brown family. Several of his relatives I'm fairly close to, and that is a very tragic event, and one that I know that the entire family is suffering and hurting over. They've experienced a lot of loss with some young people in their families. So continue to keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And with that, a motion to adjourn is in order.
So moved.
Thank you. We are dismissed.
Y'all have a good night.